Hi guys, I know it's been a couple of days since I made a video and I've been having a time of it, like total emotional meltdown. Think 2-year-old not tantrums, but meltdowns. And rolled up with teenager meltdowns. So yeah, but as you can tell, we're going to sew a dress, but no, we're going to make some cookies, something I love to do and eat, so because you get to eat them when you're done. But yeah, so I hope we can have some fun. I'm going to try editing again and hopefully it'll work this time. But since we moved to where we live and we're at about 2,200 foot elevation above sea level, my cookies have been coming out flat and I could not figure out how to fix them. We're going to try something new today. We're also going to not do it the right way where you just try to fix one thing at a time. We're going to throw in trying to use the convection oven at the same time for the first time. So let's change up a few things. But I got all my stuff laid out. Love my KitchenAid. And we are making lemon white chocolate chip cookies, which is something I found the mix. Oh God, it's so delicious. But I got the recipe for, now it's a whole mishmash recipe. It's not the same original recipe I found, but the flavor mix I got when I was working as an assistant pastry chef in a restaurant in Ephrata, Pennsylvania. The head pastry chef taught me the flavor mix and a recipe. You pretty much just use a base recipe for chocolate chip cookies and then add in some lemon zest and lemon juice and switch out white chocolate chips instead of semi-sweet, and you're good. So a couple teaspoons of either fresh lemon zest, which is what I was going to use, and funny me, I got rid of every zester I owned and did not replace them. So we are going to use dehydrated zest because I have fresh lemons but nothing to zest them with. Great. But we will be using fresh lemon juice. I do have a juicer. Yeah. So a couple tablespoons of lemon juice because you don't want to add too much liquid. And then we're gonna mix it all up. So come along with me. It's Julie Child. We're going to cook today. Yeah, I can't do that. I don't do impressions. Yeah, it's just Mel. Yeah, we're cooking with the Nomies. Another shirt. I don't do plain shirts. No. I think we know that by now. So, I have my own chocolate chip cookie recipe. I used to use the Nestle one, and then, you know, my family likes salt. We like crisp. So over about 10 years, I adjusted the Nestle recipe to satisfy our tastes, and now it's almost completely different, and it's our recipe. I actually call it Mel's Perfect Chocolate Chip Cookies. If anybody wants the recipe, message me. I will slip it to you. It's right here in this lovely little program of recipes my dad has made up for me, where I can put in all my recipes and they're in a nice little spreadsheet. So I'm reading off of this, and the way I'm hoping not to get flat cookies is we're going to chill the dough. We're hoping I've been having too warm of butter. I do set my butter out to soften ahead of time. So my butter is not soft this time. It's still somewhat firm. I'm also going to stick the dough in the fridge before I scoop it. But let's get to this. Okay, sugars and butters. I should know what I'm doing here. But I do not remember exact amounts. Okay. I also do tend to, I know baking is supposed to be an exact science, whereas cooking is an art. I do tend to just, you know, guesstimate, throw things in, you know. I go by feels, the feels. I hope you're all doing great today. I am feeling a lot better than I have in the last 2 days. It's a lovely day up here on the mountain. There is a moth out that window. He has been trying to get into our house for the past 2 days. Something about the reflection on the windows. Yes, I did wash my hands right before I started this video, and all about the cleanliness. I believe it's 2 eggs, yes. I'm a very good egg cracker. It's not eggs yet, it's buttermilk. Thank the Lord. Bipolar makes my mind race. I go way too fast and I make mistakes. I need to breathe and tell myself that all the time. Anybody feel me on that? Okay. Just slow down. Take a few breaths. Crank them up. Push that butter down. Watch him work. If anybody's wondering what my Moonshine Flask is, this is a lot of homemade vanilla. I get my vanilla beans on Amazon. You can get about 7 to 8 Class B vanilla beans, which are really nice vanilla beans, for about $12. They're nice and plump, they're vacuum sealed. I will try and find my link from the last time I ordered and put it underneath in the description box. Now, what I do is I buy 750 milliliters of vodka. Dump it in here. You want a dark container. Now this is 2 flasks of vodka. Yeah. You can use rum, but I don't like the taste of rum. Vodka has a nil taste. So, and then you slice your vanilla beans and you toss them in there. And you seal it up and you put it in a cool, dark place like the back of a closet or a cabinet. My pantry has no windows. And every week you go in and you shake it up. And in about 8 weeks you have vanilla extract instead of paying $15 for 2 ounces. You pay $12 for the vanilla beans and you pay for the vodka. And you get this much. I don't know. This says 64 fluid ounces. And you can see in the reflection how much is in there, because you only use tablespoons at a time. You keep shaking it and you keep it in a cool place and it won't go off. Now, you can't keep it too long. I bake a lot. And you can't use it in icings or things you don't cook and give it to kids because it is alcoholic until you cook it off. But that's how you make homemade vanilla extract. But yeah, so I love it. Smells wonderful. Light and fluffy. Okay. Then we add the vanilla, and this might be where we add the lemon juice because our liquids. This is the eggs, the lemon, and the vanilla. So our liquids. So lovely lemons. Get a knife to cut those. I should not have this, but I do. This is my forged in fire knife. Very nice. As seen on TV, bought at Walmart. I do love forged in fire. Anybody else like that show? Turns out we don't live too far from one of the judges, and he actually holds classes, well, did before COVID, the virus. He did before he held classes at his home. He has a forge, and my dad wants to learn forging, so where'd that bag go? You can only see my elbow. Isn't it nice? Now I will strain this because we're getting some seeds and pulp in it. Nobody wants that in their cookies. See, I was not prepared. I have a tea strainer. That'll work. The things you use in your kitchen, they become useful for so many things. More than enough lemon juice. Gives a lovely flavor. And we'll add the zest to the flour mixture. So, egg. Yes, I make a mess. No shell. No salmonella. That looks like about 3 tablespoons. So that should be good. We like a lot of vanilla, so I always add like 2. Well, this is a regular batch, so 1.5 tablespoons. you could only smell that. Now give that a scrape. Give that a scrape to make sure everything's getting incorporated. I know you all probably know how to bake and cook, but it feels nice to have you in here with me. And maybe you don't know this recipe, so let me get a bowl for my dry ingredients. So I did leave the flour the same. You always want to fluff up your flour because it gets dense. When you're measuring flour, you want to have it loose. I learned that in pastry school. Well, they always wanted us to weigh our stuff. And then you usually want to you want to tap a knife along the top and then scrape. But I'm not getting a knife out. I'm lazy, so I'll just fake it. So 2 1/4 cups flour. And no, I do not sift my flour for this kind of thing. I do sift for icing and stuff like that. And this is my favorite measuring cup because it has measurements for 1/4, 1/2, and 3/4 on it. And then it's, of course, a 1 cup measuring cup. So there's the flour. And then I do both baking powder and baking sugar or baking soda in this in equal parts. And I have tried upping my baking powder to see, and lessening my baking soda to see if that's why they're not puffing my cookies. It's a trick we learned is powder puffs, soda spreads. But now that didn't work for me. And then the salt goes in. Like I said, we love salt. We don't have sodium problems, so we put in a couple of teaspoons, yes. Less if you must. But that's just us. And I would have put in a couple teaspoons of fresh, so I'm going to put in just 1 1/2 of the dehydrated, because it's more potent. Of the lemon peel, lemon rind, get everything mixed in. My apothecary bottles that I made labels for. There we go, my spice rack over here. Okay. I have to slow down because I've got bipolar brain right now and make sure I didn't miss anything. Everything on here is checked off. So I'm going to add the dry ingredients and the chips come last. If I missed anything, yell at me. Okay? I can smell the lemon. That is a good sign. Y'all can also send me your addresses. I will send you each 2 cookies because this won't make a whole lot. Looks like a good dough. Just getting the last of the flour mixed in. I'm used to making mega batches of dough, so this is gonna, yeah, not be a whole lot of cookies. Here's what we made. You see? If you look closely, you can see the specks of lemon peel. So I'm going to put some plastic wrap on this and stick it in the fridge for, I'd say, 30 minutes because it is pretty soft. And then I'll bring you back. Well, yeah, I'll bring you back. We'll put it on the tray, stick it in the oven, and we'll see how they come out. All right? Bye. I forgot to put the chips in it. What are cookies without chips? Are you laughing at me? You're laughing at me pretty good. Hold on. Dough all over my hands. Yeah. I'm laughing at me. Chips. And yes, they're Nestle. I don't go for store-bought or store brand unless I have to or I know they're really good. Alright. Whole bag going in. I usually do extra chips if I have them, but oh, those smell good. I am laughing at me. Okay. This time we're done. That's what it looks like. Okay, bye. Hi guys. Cookie dough. Preheated oven. So we're going to scoop some onto my mega cookie tray. They sold these at AC Moore and Michael's and all that. They were the Wilton mega trays. I have them for cupcakes. They hold 24 and all that. Had to have them. I only fit 12 cookies on here when I scoop them because I have these. So I get uniform cookies. My Ergo one. But I have like different sizes. So yes, the chips are in there. have that 325, normal temperature 350 for a dark brain fog, because I am now having a headache too. I've already taken pills. It is much longer than a half hour later. You don't realize that, but I have the convection on, so I took it down to 325. This is a non-stick. That's what I was trying to say. For an ungreased non-stick dark pan, I would normally do 350 degrees. So I took it 25 degrees less. I looked up convection, and it says rule of thumb, 25 degrees less and a couple of minutes less. So normally for a nice fluffy cookie, I do 10 minutes, so I'm going to put them in for 8 and then check them. So as I've said before, I hope you're having a good day. I will tell you how good the cookies are when they're done. Not to make you jealous, just to tell you how well we did. After all, chef, sous chef, you know, we did this together. You reminded me about the chips. I know you were all at home yelling at me. You didn't put the chips in. Nobody was really laughing at me in a mean sort of way. You were laughing with me. I also now have my other baking assistant. Hold on. My other baking assistant here with me, Ruby. Ruby, say hi. Hi, baby. Yes, she's a good girl. Who's a good girl? Yes. And of course, Ziva is now hearing me talk to Ruby, and she's in the other room going, what's going on? Do I need to come running? But no, Ruby is just waiting to see if something drops. All right. Middle rack into the oven. 8 minutes. Light on. We'll be back to check. Hi. Okay. So 9 minutes in a convection oven does the cookies. And chilling the dough did absolutely nothing. They are as flat as steam-rolled pancakes. So the problem may be my baking powder may be out of date, which could be a good possibility because I don't use it except when I bake. So, but I mean, I didn't when I lived at a lower elevation and my cookies were puppies, but it may affect it more while I'm up here. I'm letting them cool on the stove for a minute. Got my wire rack set up. Do all of you know about the best cooling racks ever? And no, there are not just two. I don't know where I got these. 3 dozen cookies. Well, 3 dozen of my size cookies. The space of one cooling rack. I love my cooling racks. I'm sure you can find them on Amazon or whatever, but I love my cooling racks. Anyway, yeah. I got all the fun gadgets, except a zester, apparently. Okay. Yes. If you want to see how flat these are, there are holes around They're so flat, there are holes around the chips. Yes. But they'll be chewy. Oh my god. They're twizzles. Yeah. They're falling apart as I take them off the pan. They're so thin. The dough has melted away. They will taste good. They will taste delicious. Sticky, sticky. Yes, my reputation as a pastry chef, I don't really care anymore. I don't. Headache, bipolar, whatever. I had the shortest career as a pastry chef ever. I went to a technical school, York Technical Institute, for 10 months. They said, we will help you find a job afterwards. Got a, oh dear Lord, got a diploma for pastry arts. And when we graduated, they said, well, we will help you find a career in a cafeteria setting or in a grocery store. And we said, as a pastry chef? And they said, well, yeah. And we're like, that's not a pastry chef. And when we had to go out and find an internship to finish out our credits, we had to find it. They didn't help. They also didn't help us find jobs. They didn't help with anything they promised. Yeah, I'm doing real good here. I don't think there's enough fat in these cookies. What did I do wrong? I'm not doing a good showing here. I should just eat them off the tray. What do you think? I'm feeling it. Obviously, don't let them cool on the tray. I'm going to get another tray. I have another tray. I'm going to get another tray and do more cookies, but you're not going to see it. Voila. Cookies. Let's do a taste test. Still warm. Lemon coming through. Ah, here come the dogs. No actual chocolate in it. Cocoa butter is in the white chocolate. I can't hurt them, I don't think. Not in this little amount either. Lemon's coming through. Melting into the white chocolate. Delicious. Delicious. Yeah, I will scrape that off and put it in a bowl. And I will do better with the rest. Take them off the tray right away. Thank you for watching my catastrophe. I hope you live at a lower elevation if you want to try this. I will give you my chocolate chip cookie recipe if you want, which does work. But bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. I appreciate you all. Bye.